I'm on a mission to replace this entire deck in just 8 days. But that will take roughly 275 deck boards that will then be cut over 800 times, and we'll need over 2,000 screws to secure them in place. But things went wrong along the way. I just don't know if we're gonna make it. And to make this more challenging, we are laying it in the chevron pattern to try and restore it to its original design from 40 years ago. Are we crazy? Oof. Now, replacing a deck of this size will cost thousands of dollars, but we'll be doing the work ourselves to keep this on a budget. And I say we because luckily, I'm not doing this alone. My dad and a small team are tackling this project together. But he's all the way in New York, which means Tony and I will be flying from Florida. And we only have 8 days to completely replace this deck before we have to go back. And little did we know we're stepping into one of the craziest projects of our lives. After a long flight and only getting 2 hours of sleep, I finally got to see the massive job we had ahead of us. So what's your plan?
Here's the plan, okay? That side of the deck, it's okay. It has to be replaced, but we're not gonna hurt ourselves. Where it's dangerous is here.
Okay.
There are planks that are completely loose.
Ooh.
I actually fell through one here before, so this is the most dangerous part of the deck.
Okay.
So this has to get done first. 1, 2, 3, 4 rows of planks, and we can start here.
Oh, it's not too bad.
This is the way to go.
Okay.
With this.
All right. We didn't need a lot of different tools, but the tool that made a huge difference was this fork-looking thingy here. Like, we were originally going to remove each plank with a hammer and a pry bar one by one, and that would have taken forever. But then I saw this video with someone using this tool, and it was a game changer. Some of the planks were stubborn to come out, but others would come out, as my dad would say.
Como mantequilla.
Removing the boards was fairly easy, and it only took us 1 hour to remove the sections we wanted to. Now that all the planks were up, it was time to remove like a million nails, which my dad started to do with a hammer one by one. While my dad was removing a million nails, I was taking measurements to start cutting the plank that goes around the edges. Kind of warped, so I'm gonna get one. Yeah, this one will work. Before we started any work, we set up our tools, anticipating that we mostly needed the miter saw and the table saw. Finally, after an hour of ripping up old wood, I cut the first board. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut the edge here to have a clean cut, because this board is not long enough to go where I'm putting it, so I'm gonna butt up 2 pieces of wood. For some reason, this cut was kicking my butt because it was at an angle, but it also had to wrap around this post. Ow. It took me so long to figure out this cut that my dad took all the nails out and was ready to start the next part of the demo.
So these are the trim pieces that go in between the patterns. I'm taking them out last so I know where they go exactly.
This is gonna take a while to figure out, so in the meantime, I wanna take a moment to tell you about today's sponsor, Blueland. They have cleaning products that are people-friendly and planet-friendly. Did you know those detergent pods are actually wrapped in plastic? Yep, that film around it is plastic, and it ends up in our oceans, rivers, and soil. But with Blueland, there's no single-use plastic at all, not in their bottles, tablet wrappers, or even their shipping. Plus, their tablet packaging is fully compostable. I got the hand soap starter kit, and they have different scents. My personal favorite is the Perrine Lemon. You can buy the forever bottle once and refill it forever. Look, it's glass. And it's nice and heavy. It's very easy to put together. Once you have your forever bottle, you fill it up with water. Then you drop one of the tablets into the water. You wait until it's dissolved. There's no shaking or stirring needed. And then you put the nozzle on and you're ready to go. And they're very affordable. Their retail tablets start just at $2.25. You can get even more savings by buying refills in bulk or setting up a subscription. My hands feel soft. And they smell good. Their subscriptions are customizable and convenient, so you never run out of your most used products. I also got the laundry detergent tablets, so no more of those pots wrapped in plastic. You just drop a tablet directly into the washing machine. To get started on your first kit, Blueland is offering a 15% off just for my viewers, and all you have to do is click on the link in the description below. Don't worry, you haven't missed much. I still haven't figured it out.
How are we feeling at this point in the project?
I'm confident we can pull it off.
How about you, Tiffany? How are you feeling at this point in the project?
Like, once I figure out what I'm doing, I'll be on the same page as my dad. So I was trying to figure out how to do the first cut, but it has me like all confused because it has angles and stuff. So I'm gonna cut a template out of cardboard and try to cut it that way. I couldn't figure out doing math, so I had to draw it out.
Good job.
While I tried to continue to cut the same piece I've been working on, my dad started demo on the back of the deck.
You okay?
Exactly where I wanted it to break.
So Tiffany, I have a question.
Yeah.
Why aren't you wearing your knee pads?
Because I'm not on my knees. I don't know what to tell you. Do you have a circular saw? I kept working on the cutout pieces for the edge, which was kind of kicking my butt, but I was getting it done. To cut it, I was using a combination of the circular saw and the jigsaw, but the jigsaw and I were not getting along because it was cutting really slow and it was just taking forever. But part of the problem is that I'm used to using my tools and I couldn't just bring my tools all the way to New York, so I had to work with what I had.
How confident are we feeling?
I would say about 80%. Maybe I should have more faith in myself.
You have one job. That's it. One job. And you pulled it off.
All right, why are the nuts?
I'm too tired.
To get to the other side.
Okay, what was your question?
Why are the nuts green?
Because they're pressure treated, so I'm assuming that's what gives it a tint. This is me doing an educated guess. Pretty sure that's what it is. Good?
Good as it's gonna get.
All right.
Let's call it a day.
For only being such a short day, we got quite a bit done, especially considering that we were working on only a couple hours of sleep.
So yesterday, we only worked a couple hours. We got this section pulled. We started on the edges. Today, the plan is to rip up the rest of this section here and to get all of the edges done, to get all of the trim pieces done, and to actually start laying plank.
On the second day, my dad's friend Anthony came to help. So now it was time for me to do the second edge, but I was trying to figure out if I could use the old board that was removed as a template.
You know you're supposed to cut a new one before you put it back on.
Now that I figured out how the template fits together, I was ready to start cutting the next edge, but the template was full of nails and so out of shape that it wasn't really helpful, so I went back to my cardboard template. On the template I did yesterday. Makes it easier. There you go. Ooh, perfect. Look at that. That's what I want. Alright, I'm gonna do that.
While you're working on this one cut, they're already halfway done pulling that up.
Nice. I just want to give credit to the camera person. We got Tony over there in the pink hat. Very dedicated to getting a good shot. Like,
My got stuck.
these guys looks like they're almost done, and I'm still working on this because measuring and trying to figure all this out this takes me longer than anything. Meanwhile, the guys were fighting with the saddest wheelbarrow I've ever seen.
Now the camera, good.
Nails here, if I try to pull them out, the head snaps off. And then when I try to bang them in, the nails bend. So I gotta cut them off.
My dad was removing all the nails with a sawzall, Anthony was still doing demo, and I was still working on this edge and checking the boards underneath to make sure that they weren't rotten.
So Tiffany, does it fit?
It does, but it has a little bit of a gap that bothers me, so I think I'm gonna recut it.
This is why we don't get anything done.
Well, come here, tell me if it bothers you. If it doesn't bother you, I'll leave it.
It's good from the bridge.
Where?
It's right there. So see, so even it's a little bit.
See up there?
Yeah.
El avión cubre todo. So, leave it.
Okay. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut this a little bit shorter just so I have more meat here.
Joey, can you shut up for a minute?
and do this little cut over here. Okay, I'm done. Keep going.
This.
We started finding some small boards that were rotten, so we needed to start replacing them.
That's a 2x6.
Yeah.
To put two 1x6. One here, one here.
Okay.
Okay? Problem solved.
Just like the first edge I did, this one also kicked my butt, but I finally got it done. Oh yeah, that should work.
It is 11:45, Tiffany.
And she's got nothing done. She's still working on the same damn notch.
How do you really feel, Joey?
She's doing a great job.
I do a good job, I'm just not very fast.
Do you think you're going to be able to finish the rest of the deck?
I'm worried about the...
We can't get the edge done. How are we gonna do the rest of the deck?
Oh, the tedious cuts. I'm worried about the tedious cuts. They are taking a long time, so I'm starting to get worried.
Here I come.
Nice.
English.
If I wanted you to understand, I would have said it in English. Listen to me. A 16th off of
Oh, that's right.
She's giving you a compliment, so.
off of 3/8. Yes, I am. And they come very few and far between.
So 16th.
Yes.
Could you pass me the broom, please?
The broom?
Yeah.
Why?
I want to sweep.
Sweep what?
I want to sweep the ground. I want to sweep sweep off the wood. So the plank isn't sitting on dust.
Whatever.
It's right there.
What you measuring now, dear?
So I need to make spacers because this is not like this is not level. So you see how there's like a wood here? This is spacer so that way the whole surface is level. While the boys continued to do the trim pieces in the back, I was cutting small pieces of wood to use as spacers so that when we start laying the planks, everything would be level. This was tedious and time consuming, so I was worrying about the time that it was taking, but we had to do the trim pieces and level the surface first because once we start laying the chevron pattern, it butts up to the edges and it needed to be leveled.
What happened?
So I took this thing, just wanted to put a little bit in here so I can kind of slide it into the apron, and the whole thing turned over. You know, it's so came out.
While my dad was cleaning up his mess, I continued to level the surface so that they can start laying the planks. We also made our own shims using the miter saw. It's all leveled, so now we can work this way.
Wow.
We put in the first trim piece that goes in between the pattern, and finally after that, we were able to start laying planks. We used 2.5 screws throughout the deck, but some areas require longer screws, so we used 4-inch instead.
Start of the pattern.
Yeah, I just put a hole. We use the 1/8 space. So I just put a hole in this way. We don't have to keep on looking what the size is.
I'm cutting the spacer for that straight trim piece that goes in between the herringbone pattern because the 8-foot straight pieces are not as tall as the deck boards. So we're just cutting like a spacer to make them tall enough. The trim pieces being a different height than the deck boards became a project to try to level them, and it was overall a bad idea, but I didn't find a better solution until later on. I measured the distance from one trim to another to make sure that they would be equal distance along the trim so that when they lay the planks, they are the same size and hopefully they look even. I was also getting annoyed at the tape measure that I was using because it was very flimsy. Oh my god. Do you have a better tape measure than this?
What?
Do you have a better tape measure than this?
You're kidding me, right?
No.
Okay, I gave you a good one. I understand it's in Florida, but I gave you that one and you gave me this one, and this was the one we built 3 houses on. But now you're this big YouTuber and it's not no longer good enough for you. Get out of here.
A bit of history between my dad and me. A few years ago, we partnered to renovate a few houses that were in extreme disrepair, and while we hire out some of the work, we decided to do the cosmetic work ourselves. It was a shared dream to bring these houses back to life, and my dad would frequently come to Florida and we would work together for very long days. Through this experience, we realized that we really enjoy working together, and it became a great way for us to bond. So now every time we have a big project, we're happy to help each other out.
I'm sorry, Anthony. I didn't know any of this was part of the deal.
You're right, not a problem. Tiff, nice job on the board. A really, really nice job. It's
Thank
coming
you.
along.
Thank you. And I appreciate you being here. You've been a great help, so I appreciate
I wouldn't
it.
have it any other way.
And you'll be here tomorrow.
You're doing a good job cutting.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh, ice cream. Anybody want ice cream? Anybody want ice cream?
You're really getting ice cream?
Yeah.
I'm getting ice cream. Are you kidding me?
Yes. Vanilla, chocolate.
Chocolate, always chocolate.
Way to go. Don't want to get ice cream now. Need an ice cream break.
It's ice cream time.
Chocolate. Oh my God, can he even see you?
Thank you.
Hold on, please.
He's thinking. You can see the smoke coming out of his brain.
Hey, don't get wood in your ice.
I'm pouring in my ice cream. Tastes a little woody.
Way the deck was.
This herringbone pattern is very tedious, and it's I feel like if we would have done a straight pattern, it would have gone a lot quicker. But this is kicking all of our asses. As we were getting closer to the end of the day, we were trying to get as much as possible done, because even though we made progress at this pace, we were not going to get this done by the end of the week.
How are you feeling mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually?
Tired. Just tired. Today's like the first full day we worked, and I am worried that we only got 2 roads done. 2. So I'm a little, well, I'm very worried actually. I don't know, like, we gotta finish this before I leave, and I just don't know if we're gonna make it. Alright, so what's the plan for today?
Plan for today is this whole side covered.
All of it?
That's it. All of it.
Okay, no matter how late we work?
No matter how late we work.
Okay, peanut butter.
Peanut butter.
In order to have a shot at completing this deck on time, we made templates to make the cuts faster. A lot of the planks were the same size, so this worked for the most part. We barely gotten started when we realized that the boards were not coming out even, they were unleveled, and the pattern was off. We had to take out some of the boards we already put in yesterday to try to fix the problem, which was not a great start because now we're working backwards. But while the guys looked for a solution, I did my best to keep the project moving forward by working on the trim pieces, but I was really starting to feel the stress, and I even had Tony helping me. The boys were still struggling to get the boards flush, and their patience was wearing thin. And then Anthony suggested getting an electric hand planer to try to level the beams so that the boards would be leveled.
I just don't want to. Come on. Go.
Yo, I took a napkin.
Yeah,
hold on one time.
Those are
metal.
They're cheap. They're thin.
It was metal. So, you know, I went like this, like playing around. He's like, go ahead. Yeah. Pow! He didn't even flinch.
What?
Because it's cheap.
What's your head made out of?
Cheap thin metal.
Steel.
Okay, I'm gonna write on the bottom.
They're like little kids, I'm telling you.
I think what Joey's trying to say is you can be a little hard-headed, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're gonna make this row 5.
Alright,
Tablet 5.
look at you,
Well,
marking everything.
You
You
got
know
it.
what you're doing, man.
You got it.
I appreciate
you know what?
you being
How
here.
many times I didn't do it all this, and then
Oh,
you want
yeah.
scratching your head? Oh no, I cut the wrong board.
Yeah. While my dad went to get the planer, Anthony and I kept working. My brother Richard also came to help.
What's that? I don't know. Oh, that works.
Told you.
It does. It's actually pretty amazing. I'm glad you got that one instead of the hand planer, because the hand one we would have been like. The electric planer only worked in certain parts because the beams were full of nails, so we couldn't use it everywhere, but it was convenient to have around.
What?
Want another battery? Good catch.
Thank you.
All right.
After I finished laying the trim pieces, I went to help lay the boards with Anthony, but the problem was that there was only one miter saw and my dad was doing all the cutting, so we were left kind of sitting around waiting for him to cut each piece, and it didn't seem like the most efficient way to do it. I was worried about the slow progress because at this pace, we were not going to finish this project by the end of the week.
Yeah, we need more space. Making good progress. Slow but good.
I got down here because I think I'd rather be standing up. It was almost 11 a.m. and we still had a long way to go. Perfect.
Longer screw, buddy.
Perfecto.
Like you, baby. Perfect.
Oh, thank you. Once we figured out what we were doing and we got the trick of how to lay the boards, this job started to move a lot faster.
I'm excited. We're gonna close this one too.
1.5 rayitas.
1.5 rayitas?
That means, what we mean by that is like a blade, the thickness of a blade. What rayita actually means line, but what we mean is like shave it off by the thickness of the blade. When I say 1.5, it's like a, 1.5 blade thickness. So, pro talk over here.
Summertime.
God loves me.
No,
No,
not that much.
God hates me.
You got it right that time?
Yep.
Are you doing it correctly?
I hope so. Making sure I didn't lose the spacer. I think I did.
Almost. Yep. Keep going.
I'm gonna get it. Wait. Hi. How's it going?
How's it going with you?
Not very good. We pre-drill holes on every edge of each board before drilling screws to prevent the board from splitting.
How are things going?
I think good so far. I think we're making decent progress. We might finish this side.
Nobody's going home till this side is
What do you
done.
got, you bird?
Okay,
Got it.
I guess we are finishing this side today.
Wood update. Tiffany's in line for the saw again.
Nice if we had another saw.
At this point, I was working on my own little section, cutting the smaller boards, while Anthony and my dad were laying the longer boards on the other side.
We're gonna have to glue that one. It's pretty cute.
It is pretty cute. Remember the trim pieces not being the same height as the deck boards? Well, I didn't want to keep leveling all the trim pieces, so I decided to rip the deck boards and turn them into the trim pieces.
Wood update, we're now into the second set of the 3 pallet thingies.
Never learn,
My father taught me well. I taught Tiffany well. Tiffany took it to another level.
Wasn't your
on her
father
own.
like he did like stained glass windows or some?
By hand?
Are you serious? With no
yeah.
gloves?
My father had the worst hands I've ever seen because of that.
They were having a hard time lining up the boards, so Anthony took the circular saw and did a straight cut across to straighten them. This is shooting nothing but sawdust at me.
Oh, there's your problem right there.
Oh yeah.
It does look like it's clogged. Yeah, it's
Hey,
clogged.
where's that blower?
It needs a colonoscopy. Okay, here's Tiffany with the really good idea.
I'm holding my breath, by the way.
So am I.
Yes, I know. I should wear a mask, but we don't have them right now.
Colonoscopy complete.
You ever feel like you've fallen into a hole you can't quite crawl out of?
See?
Pencil? Here. Don't be laughing at me.
I know.
She's laughing at me.
Me never.
You laughing at me. Ah, coño.
It's getting towards the end of the night. It's around 7 o'clock. And we were supposed to finish all this, and we actually got quite a bit to go. It doesn't look like a lot, but it's like the pieces that take the longest to cut because we have to measure each individual one. So, anyways, I don't know if we're gonna finish this tonight, and I was really hoping that we would. So I'm still worried about that timeline. I don't know if we're gonna finish this before I leave. With being so late in the day, we were running out of time to finish this entire side like we planned. We were working as fast as we could to try to finish it because not doing so meant that we would be running behind, so the clock was ticking. But despite all of our efforts, unfortunately, we were not able to finish this section of the deck. So we only have 5 days to finish, and I'm not sure that we can make it.
Wow, you started without me.
We're gonna wait for you to do your laundry.
What's the plan for today?
Okay, so we got this ripped out in 15 minutes. Hopefully it'll only take half a day to replace, and we can start ripping that part of the deck out.
Okay.
You said we're changing the pattern, right?
We're changing the pattern. Stay tuned, to be continued.
Okay. There's no way we're going to finish this project on time, so I decided to make a change to the pattern. But I will explain this when we get to that area. Right now, I'm working on the trim pieces that go around the chevron pattern while my dad and Anthony are working on the demo.
Taking out the rotted wood.
The trim pieces I'm referring to are the ones that go around the pattern wood. Since each plank butts up against the trim, they have to be laid first. In order to remove the trim pieces, I had to remove the old ones and the boards that were butting up against it.
This thing's badass.
It really is.
So of all the tools that you guys have used on this job, is this the best one?
Yes. That saves the back and the knees.
Alright.
Yeah, I gotta take these off first. I realized that I was having a hard time removing the boards, even with the tool. I can't do this.
Can I try?
You can try.
It looks like fun.
Yeah, here. Have fun.
Okay, put the forks under there. Yep. Alright.
As far as you can.
She's gonna fall, so I'm gonna stand right behind her.
Y'all have no faith in me.
Now we're just a little cautious.
Put it under.
Yep. What the hell is
Because it's gonna
happening?
spring back.
No, it is kind of nice to sit behind the camera and
Leave
just
it, leave it.
watch them work.
Hold it, hold it there.
Yeah, this is a two-person pull. There you go. Yeah, teamwork. Woo!
You're doing great, my love.
Good job.
Okay.
Now put it down before you hurt yourself.
Oh, no. I'm gonna stay behind the camera now. This is nice. As I took the trim pieces out, I realized that the boards that they sit on were rotted, so I started removing them. While Anthony is replacing the rotten boards, I'm looking at my future problem. Why is it like that? I don't want to do that notch. I wonder if I can get away without it. Like if I just do it right there.
So how are we doing for our wood supply? Do you think we have enough wood left?
I have no clue. I mean, it looks like we've made a dent at least, but the once we get to that big part, we'll see, I guess. It'll be interesting having to get more wood because my dad has a car, like a small car.
That's how much wood we have left at this point of the day. And that is how much wood has come off of the deck so far.
Finally, we started to put all the trim pieces down, and the boys were helping me at this point since they couldn't really lay any of the boards until the trim pieces were in place.
Give me the speed square.
No, it's the measurement, dummy. Oh, yeah. Speed square.
Okay, kids. So we finally started laying the pattern down. He's actually working on the pattern. I'm gonna start working on the edge of the rail over here because that side, you know, when we start the pattern on that side, that edge has to be done. That's the edge that took me forever on the first day. But first, I'm gonna do this piece over here so he has something to reference on when he gets the pattern all the way over here.
So what do you think is more useful? The pogo stick or the speed square?
They both have different purposes, so it's hard to say. Like the pogo stick saved us a lot of manual work, but the speed square is saving us time. That is us. As close as it's gonna get. Anthony, you're the best, man. Thank you. Thank you.
I tell you, I love working with you. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, absolutely. On the last video, I showed how we were using spacers to make sure each board is equally spaced. Well, they're super small and we kept losing them, so we ordered more from Amazon.
Look what showed up, guys!
Oh, nice. Spacers. All right. You only got 2?
Long screw.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Long screw.
That's the first catch that you guys haven't made.
I threw it like a frisbee. And now to tackle this edge. I'm marking where I'm gonna do the cutouts with the jigsaw because the rail has the 4x4 legs going through it, so I have to do multiple cutouts on the piece so I can fit it in. It's the first thing I did on the first day on that rail. Pretty much doing the same thing on the other rail, but this one's like much longer.
So it's gonna take you 2 days instead of just 1.
Don't, hey look.
Hopefully not. While I was doing all the detail cuts on the board, the guys helped me out and removed the old trim.
If all else fails,
Watch the camera person.
yeah, there we go. So how confident are you you're gonna get this on the first go?
Not confident. Cutting a little small so I can cut out rather than cut it too big. It's just 3 tedious cuts, so. Thank you for the hero music. Well, it has to come this way, or I cut this wrong.
What are you thinking, dear?
I don't want these gaps. It's too big. It looks sloppy. So I think I'm gonna redo it. But I can use this as a template. I'm doing it all over again. And hopefully I don't mess up this time. Where's the square? Where's the square?
It's right in front of you.
I knew that.
Oh no! What happened?
Splinter.
Everybody's like, are you okay? Are you okay?
These are probably not the best gloves, but because that splinter went right through it. But I like these gloves because they're really thin, so I can still like do most of my work with them. If I use very thick gloves, they're kind of uncomfortable to work with. So, anyways, should probably use my thicker ones. You want a shot or?
No, I didn't want your shot.
Got this one cut. This got a little bit to go. So this one's good. Just gotta tuck it in a little bit. That's good. It's perfect. I got it the first time, which I'm glad because I get frustrated because a lot of times, you know, like all these tedious stuff takes me forever and it's very frustrating, and it makes me think that maybe I'm not cut out for this, or that I'm just not good enough. I don't know. It's just very frustrating. Plus we've been out here all day under the sun, so it's just been tough. But I feel better that I got that piece done. Well, I guess that little piece done. Now there's a part by the stairs that I literally don't know what to do because nothing matches, so I have to do like some weird cut and I have no idea how I'm gonna do it. So I'm gonna leave that to future Tiffany for now. Pretty good. While I was working on the edge piece, the guys had made excellent progress.
Wood pile update. The screw bucket situation is a little bit more dire. Joey's, ladies and gentlemen. I was taking a shot
No, something is wrong. Oh my God, I was wrong. You were right. What's that? You were right. I was wrong.
First time he's admitted that I'm right.
What? There. There.
No. That looks nice. I like that.
This has to be shimmed.
See it? Have a good night. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Joey, are you alive?
He's dead.
Yeah.
We're gonna close this up and that's it. We're done.
So that way. Yeah, that one's gonna have to be glued. So we did 1/8 of an inch space on, between each board. And I think if I were to do this again, I would do 1/4 of an inch gap because it will give us a little bit more wiggle room for error. And it also, like, the imperfections would be less noticeable. But it's too late. We're about halfway through with it, so we're not gonna change it now. I cannot express how challenging the chevron pattern is. It was actually very hard to get it perfect, so there was definitely a lot of imperfections if you look close enough. But I think overall it was coming out good, and we were trying our best with what we knew.
Nice.
Ahí. Did you see him? You done?
Oh, that's so cute!
I love how it's coming out. The pattern, so nice. Now you can really see how good it's turning out. This is gonna look great. And it's a lot of work, it's very tedious, but I think it's gonna be worth it at the end. We have 4 more days to go, and hopefully that's enough to finish the rest. I'm starting to feel optimistic that we will probably make it if we don't run into any major problems. Anyways, until tomorrow. We made major progress today, but we still had our work cut out for us. But the main question still is, will we finish this on time? So, what's the plan for today?
Plan is hopefully the rain holds up and we're gonna rip out these 3 rolls here and hopefully plank them down.
Okay. And then the change of the pattern is, so this is gonna stay the same. So instead of doing the 2 planks in the chevron style here, we're gonna do a bigger chevron style. So the plank's gonna run all the way across here, and then we're gonna go the other angle on when we get to this side. So instead of this little pattern, it's gonna be same pattern but bigger. And that should save us a lot of time laying the planks.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah. 1, 2, 3, peanut butter. After tearing up all the old boards on the side we're going to work on, I started ripping the deck boards for the trim pieces. I'm the sawdust princess. So it's possible rain today, which is not good, because if it starts raining, not only we have to run around and put everything away, but it's gonna back us up. So I'm a little stressed about that right now.
So is Anthony.
Oh yeah. While the guys were finishing up the demo, I was cutting the edge of the trim pieces so that they will have a clean cut on each side and I could butt them together if I needed to.
It's 11 o'clock. We just finished demo. How are we feeling about today's progress?
So far, so good. I think the guys are a little grumpy. It's halfway there. It's just a lot of work. We're all tired.
Every time we removed the old boards, there were so many nails to take out, and the easiest way to take them out was with a sawzall.
When I first started, I had no idea what my cousin says, toenail it. When you can't go straight down or in, go on an angle.
Word of the day.
Toenail.
After laying the trim pieces, I pre-drilled holes to prevent the wood from splitting since these pieces were thin, and then I secured them in place with 2.5-inch screws.
I feel like I'm in one of those obstacle course runs. Have you ever been in one? Like you do a run, but it has like obstacle
I
courses.
used to hate that in grammar school.
Yeah, I did them for fun. Like I will go and like hit a 5K with obstacle courses.
While I worked on the trim, Anthony was replacing other rotten pieces. And then the guys started laying the planks, and I was working on the last trim, but some of these pieces were coming out as deadly weapons.
Oh wow, look at a spear.
Remember when I said earlier that we kept losing the spacers?
Anthony.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful. Thank you. Thank
Loves you, baby.
Thank you. Thank you. I put the 2 spaces on a string this way. If you drop them, you know where they are. You won't lose them as easily.
He's only been asking me for string for 3 days.
Yeah. I finally got it. And he didn't give it to me. Tony did.
Are you gonna make it into a necklace?
Yes. I might. Might be a new trend. Now it won't pull apart. It's sort of melded together.
Nice.
And I'm keeping the light on.
Would you like a broom?
That little brush over there will be perfect.
I'm gonna start cutting planks.
Think we're gonna have enough wood?
Close, very close.
First big board down. Still feeling optimistic.
Oh, where is that?
Yeah, I think we're gonna get it done. It's good for you from over there.
Yeah, oh, that's perfect.
This guy with the speed square, he's amazing. But I always gotta cut outside the line with una rayita, and it's always perfect.
Last pallet.
Think that's gonna be enough wood to finish the job?
I don't know. And usually like the first row we can't use because it's warped. You see that pile over there? All that pile is like big knots, warped wood that you can't really use.
By this time, the sky had cleared up, so we thought maybe it wouldn't rain after all. Yeah, right. That was just wishful thinking.
Alright, let me move this cage out of the way.
That's good to step on to get out.
Oh, it's very thoughtful of whoever put it.
Why is there a cage under the deck?
I don't know. I don't ask any questions about what's under there.
They used to use those cages to carry milk when they used to deliver milk.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
They used to use that to carry milk?
Yep.
Yep.
Interesting.
Were they afraid it was gonna escape?
No, it's to put like 6 of them.
And that was fresh milk every day.
Yeah. That used to be a job.
Yes. Oh, this is not good.
Oh no, are you stuck?
Oh my God, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I'm stuck.
Joey, the thing you were afraid would happen happened. Oh, we're free! Yay!
Yesterday, the same thing happened. I thought I was gonna have to unscrew the.
That's sort of like
board.
painting yourself in a corner.
All right, dear, it is 4:15. I just looked at the radar and it looks like the rain is going to be coming in around 6 o'clock. Do you think you're going to be done by then?
Absolutely.
Yeah, with this area. Our hopes and dreams of tearing out this side after we're done with this, not gonna happen, but we should have this done.
We're into the last pallet. Looks like almost halfway through.
What the is this? What is this? What is this?
Yeah, see, you hook up a garden hose
Wow.
to it, and it sprinkles water.
It's a sprinkler. I couldn't imagine what it was.
It's a magic wand.
Save that.
Everything hurts.
Look, ladies and gentlemen, Joey is speaking again. I can still only see like from the.
Wanna see me twerk?
Did you put a face on this
Look.
board?
What?
This would have fit.
That
Thank
wasn't
you.
you that did this?
No.
No, I did that. I feel drops.
It just started sprinkling, so now everybody's scrambling around to pick up all the tools and get everything out of the rain. We are pretty much done except for these little pieces here and there. We were so close, so close.
After a bumpy start, this is the best progress we've made so far. I couldn't have asked for a better team. Despite how tough this job is and how exhausting it is to work under the sun all day, working as a team has made this experience enjoyable. And switching the pattern was definitely the right decision. It gives us a better chance of finishing this project before we have to leave back to Florida. But we only have 3 days left, and 2 of those are going to be short days. So we don't know if we'll finish this deck on time. So we have a short day for today, but our plan is gonna be to rip out this whole section here and clean it up, do all the nails. Let's do it.
1, 2, 3.
Peanut butter. Oh, Hamilton. So to recap, this deck is about 800 square feet, which is the size of a small 2-bedroom house or big enough to fit 8 Toyota Priuses. But that's besides the point. It's amazing we've gotten this far laying it in the chevron pattern because it's been so time consuming that we've been running behind all week. But I think we're finally on track to get this done. We just have this section to do and all the benches around the deck, which I will go over later. In the past few days, taking up the old wood has been easy and only taking us a few minutes per section. Except for this part, we were having such a hard time tearing it out that we had to use a circular saw to cut the wood. And while the boys were battling with the boards, I was busy adding to the magnificent mountain of wood scraps.
These planks are not rotted out, so they're much harder to come up. So it's gonna take 2 of us.
There we go.
While Anthony was removing the last corner, he noticed that one of the beams was loose.
Well, she had a big problem.
Don't break it.
I know that. I'm just showing you.
That beam being loose was a problem because it could affect the stability of the deck.
Good job, Spanky. Saved by Rojas.
Thank God.
They cut out the old board that was loose, but while they figured out how to fix it, I was cutting off all the nails. And you know that saying that says a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step? Well, this was the journey of 1,000 nails.
Admit it, you feel a little badass when you're doing that, don't you?
Yeah.
With the tear out nearly complete, I started the leftover small cuts.
It doesn't have any lead.
No. Let me find a pencil. Anybody know where the pencils are? He laughed.
How to sharpen a pencil when you don't have a pencil sharpener.
Oh! Oh!
You alright?
No, right in the kibbles and bits.
What happened?
He hit himself right in the kibbles and bits.
Oh.
The wood came up on and hit him right in the.
All right, say it again. Go ahead.
Kibbles and bits.
I was closing up the gaps from yesterday that we couldn't finish because it started raining.
How are you holding up, Tiffany?
I'm good. Still kind of the beginning of the day. I'm excited that it's a short day because we haven't had any rest. So, but yeah, I'm excited for later on today. I don't have to do this on every board, but sometimes they're like a little tight. So see, on this side is fine, this one's not, but to try to get it even, I'll just pry it a little bit and then screw it in place.
So why are you using the star screws instead of like Phillips head?
Well, these are specifically for decks. Star screws, they don't strip as easy as a regular screw would.
Tiffany, I have a question.
Yeah.
Why are your gloves two different colors?
The same reason I wear mismatched socks. I couldn't find a pair of neither one of them.
Now we're doing an itty bitty.
Yep, I'm doing an itty bitty triangle. Look at how cute.
Oh, it's so cute! Joey, look at how cute it is.
Good luck.
Oh, look, it fits perfect. Oh my god, so cute.
Oh my god, it's like a baby would.
Yep. We gotta glue it for sure, but I like doing those little bitty ones for some reason.
Satisfying when they fit.
Yeah.
You like them because they're so cute.
So we've got 1 hour left to do as much as we possibly can.
I continued to close all the small gaps that were left and cutting out the little beady triangle pieces.
Okay. Hey, Tiffany, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm just taking a quick nap. This was a very short day, but we made progress and we're now ahead for tomorrow. We wrapped up early because since we're in New York, we're off to see the Broadway show Hamilton. This is an incredible musical that tells the life story of Alexander Hamilton through a unique blend of hip-hop and R&B and traditional music theater. And I have to say, this was an amazing show.
I'm so blue.
But now, back to work.
Do you think we're gonna finish this today?
I hope so.
I think so.
Project is almost over and I finally get my dust mask.
I started ripping the deck boards to make trim pieces.
Are you okay? Yeah. I'm good.
Sure you're all right?
Yeah. Push block. The push stick hit the blade so it shot back at me.
Oh.
You can see where the blade hit right through it on there. Like it hit me. I'll probably bruise. Like it just hit me. Like I'm okay. It just like it hit me. Like it shot back and hit me.
Listen, when you cut these pieces, right
So
down.
I'm okay.
Yes,
You
yes.
still all your fingers?
I have all my fingers.
Hold them up. Let's make sure.
Yep, they're
Check
here.
if she has a chest.
How about your chest?
Is there?
Someone just about Alexander Hamilton to you.
I have it. It's right here.
Well, that was a big scare, but I'm okay, so I kept working on the trim pieces while the guys repaired the loose beam.
What are you doing this morning, Anthony?
Just filling in all the spaces with the 2x6s that we ripped down, just to make it a little bit more secure.
That's lovely. This is lovely.
The trim pieces I'm working on are the same ones I made in the last few days, and I only have one more to go. My dad and Anthony had a pretty efficient system going. While Anthony measured the pieces he needed, my dad would cut them and toss them back at Anthony to put in place. They actually got that corner repaired pretty quickly.
14 5/8.
After the corner was repaired, the boys were getting ready to start laying planks.
It's going well this morning.
Not been too bad, except for the table saw attacking me. By the end of the job, we'll all know what we're doing.
So I forgot to, like cut the edge like I normally do. And I just noticed as I got here and all this is screwed that this is actually cracked over here. So I'm gonna cut it off. I'm just gonna use a circular saw and just cut it. Good. We were starting to worry about a new problem, and that was the possibility of running out of wood.
Did you two coordinate that? Actually, Tiffany, you're wearing blue too.
Not as blue as them, but that would have been cool if we were all matching. It's almost like we're wearing uniforms.
It's blue day.
Tony, what are you wearing?
What am I wearing? I'm wearing a disaster.
You are wearing every color.
I got tired of y'all forgetting where the camera was, so I'm only getting your butts. So I wore this so you'd remember where the camera is.
So you're easy to find.
Yes.
Okay.
Even the shoes.
Okay, so if you want to make sure that this is really truly square, take the square, 45 degree, and you hold it up to the board. And if you see the right amount of spacing, perfect. Perfect 45 right there.
So how long have you been doing this type of stuff, Anthony?
25 years, on and off.
So you don't think we'll have enough wood?
In my opinion, no.
No? Okay.
But if we're short, it's not going to be by much.
What you do?
I lock myself in.
You like? How'd you gonna get out?
This blade is a problem.
See, if you were a size 12, you'd be screwed.
Shut up.
So we got this corner that just took us forever. Just because like the smaller the planks get, the tedious it gets. But now we're about to do that whole area. Hopefully that should go a lot faster.
So Joey, what's it like working with Tiffany?
It's my favorite thing to do. We've been doing this now for 7 years. We've never had an argument. We've had disagreements, but we solved them like adults, and it's just like a great experience. I love when she's at the job sites. I love working alongside her. It's fun, it's fun.
Tiffany, what's it like working with Joey?
I love it. It's my favorite person to work with. We joke around, we get along, and I mean this is like a lot of work, so it's very easy to get annoyed, you know, sometimes we get frustrated and stuff, but I was looking forward doing this. Even though I knew it was gonna be a lot of work, I was just looking forward working with my dad. We're cutting it really close. I don't know if that's gonna be enough. Where did this come from? Look at this. We don't have screws this size. Must have been mixed in the box or something. Bless you. There must have been something in the air because we were sneezing like crazy.
We're getting very close to the end, and this is pretty much all we have left. I calculated we have just enough wood. Stay tuned.
Pass you what?
Enough.
These were the last 2 row planks we had to do, and it was going so much faster. I guess at this point we knew what we were doing, so we were a lot more efficient. We managed to put the last few boards down, and luckily we didn't run out of wood.
Final results. How much wood we had left.
And since we finished early, my dad decided to change the light fixtures on the deck.
Is that held on by tape or rope?
I think so. The tape is holding this together, and I don't know what the rope is for. If you come over here and see how bad these things are, this was repaired a few times just using Scotch tape. By the way, this is my favorite part of the project.
Putting in the lights?
Yeah, but I'm letting him do it because I love doing electricity. The problem is I'm not very good at it. I've been electrocuted dozens of times. I always forget to trip the breaker.
While the guys were putting up the light fixtures, I was cutting all the little bitty triangles that were left.
Perfecto. We cut it really close. Seven boards left. That's it.
Even though we got done with the floor, we were not quite done yet. There were still a few things we needed to get done, and with 1 day remaining, we were determined to get as much done as possible. So the next day, Anthony was going to continue to work on the light fixtures, I was going to work on the edge by the steps that I never finished, and my dad was going to start cutting the wood for the bench. The bench, if you remember, is the first thing we took out so that we can tear the rest of the deck apart, and it pretty much goes all around the deck. Ideally, we could get it all done today, but it seems like a lot of work and very unlikely.
1, 2, 3.
Peanut butter. So, remember future Tiffany's problem? Now there's a part by the stairs that I literally don't know what to do because nothing matches, so I have to do like some weird cut and I have no idea how I'm gonna do it. So I'm gonna leave that to future Tiffany for now. Well, I am future Tiffany, and I have a problem.
So what's your thought process? How are you gonna figure this out?
Okay, so I cut 2 test pieces and been kind of trying to figure out how I'm gonna lay this because it has to be all one piece. So I'm kind of gonna use them as a template, but then cut them tighter to how they need to be. And then there's gonna be a strip that goes here.
Repair. I wonder how many times in the past, I don't know how many years, has this been repaired with tape and rope and whatever it is that they used, instead of just simply replacing it.
You know, I'm sure there's a more logical way to figure this out. Maybe.
This took me a while to figure out, but I was basically trying to figure out the cut on both of these ends, And once I figured that out, I could use each piece as a template and cut it all in one piece.
So how many have you cut so far?
3.
3?
72 more to go.
While I was figuring out how to cut that corner piece, my dad was cutting all the pieces to rebuild the bench.
8.
But I can't go all the way down because this part doesn't get cut. See, I just cut a little bit just to make the line. I'm just gonna finish it with the circular saw. So if I cut it all the way down, it's gonna cut this part, but I need this to be straight and this to be at an angle. You need clamps. You have clamps?
She needs clamps. Here's your clamp.
Thank you.
All right. I'm the clamp boy.
Think it's gonna work. I'm gonna actually do it in one piece. So these are my template pieces. But if I butt both of these together into one piece, I should be able to draw the cut that I need.
65 more to go. And that's just for this row.
See, that's gonna work.
If this takes you all day, you're fired. You can go back to Florida tomorrow.
I'm already going back to Florida tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna fire me after the job? That's nice. Should definitely be the last cut.
Think so?
Hope so. It's as good as it's gonna get. But it's good though. It fits. It's tight. Finally.
You love sanding so much you couldn't go one project without using a sander.
I know, right?
Holy shit, that actually came out really good.
So 2 things. 1, it has an imperfection because it was a little bit off. 2, nobody will get caught in that sharp edge. So, you know, just rounds it up nicely.
That looks amazing. Good job.
Thank you.
So we're starting the bench. I'm real excited about this. I don't know why.
To rebuild the bench, we took off the old wood, and the plan was to follow the same pattern, basically cutting 2 miters and butting them together. While I was working on the corner piece, my dad had been cutting all the miters, but after we started putting this together, we realized how tedious it was and that it was gonna take forever, so we decided to change the pattern.
You don't even know if the brick is
Yeah, like none of this is even, so we're gonna be fighting just like we fought with the pattern. If we're lining them up one by one, they're probably gonna be off. Change plans because we started doing the miters and we realized that's just gonna take forever, just like the pattern. So we're doing a pattern change, and I suggested to lay long boards instead of doing the miter 10,000 times. So I'm gonna use these strips to lay them on top, and then we'll kind of shim them as we need.
So how many boards did you cut before the mind was changed?
I mean, we've had almost
45.
45?
But we're gonna be able to use the boards for the bottom. We're gonna lay them in strips.
This is future Tiffany. No, we did not lay them in strips. That also changed.
Yeah, this is gonna work.
We proceeded to install the long boards on the bench section, and it went smoothly for the most part. But we had a short day because we were leaving early the next day, so unfortunately, we weren't able to finish this part of the project, and my dad and Anthony had to continue on their own. But we were very happy with how much we got done. If you're curious about how much we spent up to this point, this is the list of materials, and we spent around $3,000. I researched online the cost of replacing a deck, and it came out to be between $20 to $50 a square foot, which means this job would have costed anywhere from $16,000 to $40,000. That seems crazy to me. I'm not saying that everyone should DIY everything because this was a lot of work, but if you have the ability to do it, even if it doesn't come out perfect, the savings of doing something yourself can be significant. And the pride of making something like this is a feeling I can't describe. But that's why we do it. We could not afford to pay somebody to do this. So either the deck will have gone to waste eventually, or we would give it our best try. So Anthony, what do you think?
I think it came out very, very, very nice. It was nice working with both of you ladies, and very interesting. I give you a lot of credit. You know a lot. You know your stuff.
Well, thank you. I don't think we would have been able to do this without you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's my honor.
I think we're freaking crazy to even attempt to tackle this project.
I would never do this again.
No?
Not a design deck. Like, I'll do a straight board deck. Never a design deck again.
Yeah, this was crazy. Physically it was a lot, just trying to match the pattern. It was very hard, very challenging, but I enjoy working with you though.
I love working with you. And I know, like, parts of the video, I bust your chops, but I am very proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
And there is nobody in the world who's a bigger fan of you than me.
Aww.
Aw, I want to cry.
Thank you.